folks. It's 9:31 a.m. on the 19th day, 5th month, 2022. And would you look at the guilt? Here I am looking at Australia today on the 19th of May, 2022. And this I call the sickness mix. This is the mix that gets Robert so upset. This is the kind of mix that caused Robert to sell everything he fucking owned, go around the world to warn people that the color's on, and to look up. Okay? I'll give you a little brief history lesson. Um, I used to, when I was growing up, we were told that, rain would knock pollen out of the air. It would take dust out of the air. We look forward to the rainy day in the middle of summer to 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 soothe all our worn out eyes from the haze and the pollution from around the cities in such where we lived in the United States. And we were told this. And we look forward to it. Well, this day and age, it seems that the thunderstorms are quite the opposite. And they're giving you some kind of asthma from some kind of particles in it. Well, how the hell is rain that's supposed to, knock pollen and dust out of the air doing this? Now, I'll give you a brief history lesson. And then it's October 24th, 2016. This is the sight that greeted me in the Great Australian Bight. And there were thousands and thousands and thousands of chemtrails preceding what they then called 7 days later thunderstorm asthma. And on this particular day here, I issued a toxic air alert. I don't often do that, but I recognized this method from Operation Popeye that they used to disperse stuff over the Ho Chi Minh Trail. Well, guess what? They warn you if they're doing something like this. And in 2016, this is what occurred. You had this spray here. I called it the 3-day and out. Here, then a plume, and then people started getting sick and dying. And I predicted that as well. The deaths on the next day after that, there was a plume here, right, of sickness mix. Same type deployment. It's harder to see over these red sands, but it's there. It's the same type nucleation where you got that cometary catalyst of some kind there. And this is not just silver iodide. Whoever believes those official weather books should go get in line for the next booster shot, boost himself off my planet. Because those are lies. We're being lied to. They lie to you about the forecast, people. And believe me, they're lying to you about this. And this is from 2016, right? Now, it was a plume that well affected everybody in its path. And the very next day, the plume was over the cities. Right? 3 days and out. And they did this in several places. But 7 days after this initial deployment on the 24th, people were dying. People died. People were getting very sick. So, I don't believe there's thunderstorm asthma when I can go back and log. Alright? I can go back and log. I'm sorry if I can't read your comments during my live broadcast. Sorry, that was the 26th. Yes, a day that to me is a very defining moment in my life. And this is the day everything changed for me. This is the day I said, that's it. I can't sit on a computer by myself in a room watching my people being killed across the world and not go out and tell them and take a chance. And I mean, really, that was a lot of pellets deployed that day. Take that in. Remember that? That's your thunderstorm asthma right there. This is chem bombs being deployed over the Great Australian Bight, and then you're being lied to about it. You even had a big square that day. Don't that look like iron filings sticking to a magnet? Right? You ever drop one in by mistake when you was playing with them with a kid? If you didn't play with magnets as a kid, you had no childhood, I don't think. This is from 2016. It's been going on a very long time. Or they have you looking down at your phone, distracted at the latest commercial or the happy dance that you're doing on TikTok. This has been going on over you. So I'm going to turn off the past and let's go to the present. And the present is not looking too good today. Not looking too good at all. And if I go ahead and roll the footage of what's occurred here, and this is why I have to issue this warning and give you your cities and coastals. The initial plume is actually it's over the middle of your country and it's headed your way. I'm gonna put it on the infrared grayscale and let that roll and have a quick sip. I hope everybody's okay. My forecast is still extremely accurate, and I believe the BOM's starting to catch up to me by moving the rainfall amounts higher and inland, like I said it would. because I don't see how it was going to do what they said or move further south. So yeah, batten down the hatches, Harvey Bay. You got and north up through to Mackay and that. You about to cop it? Come on, this has not been cooperating this morning. This program. So all I gotta do is refresh it. It'd be very refreshing for us to have proper data. Cities, coastal, infrared grayscale. Hit the play button. Zoom in on something, and let it roll. While it's rolling and loading, I'm gonna come over here. They're doing another bubble up. Here she comes. It's another one of those. I'm going to teach you this bubble up move. All right? You're going to have to learn it. When you see the low pressure down here and here, or up in here, and you got two high pressures, these fight each other to be the dominant high, while the low fights to be the dominant low. So this will bloop, 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 bloop. Oh, it's a moisture pump. So all this moisture right here is readily available to be used by the geoengineers. They can pump it right through this alleyway here. Right through this gap. Right through this gap. Matter of fact, nearly all this from here will be slated to come in and then go back out. It's the weirdest EMF move I ever seen, but it has to happen. As this is going to actually fuck off, finally. Then this low, the low here will dominate a bit and bring some weather in as this fucks off. Yeah, but then again, you're going to have another high come in, and it's going to do a bubble up. So it's a very strange geoengine move that they're doing, but it's becoming very, very noticeable. As you can see, one of the main spots there in the next 24 hours for some extremely heavy rains is that storm that they're working through this pipeline here, right? The Cyclone Express, you should call that, because a lot of stuff is birthed right in there. It's perfect conditions to create various venturis and flows. To bring in winds and convection. Fiji, they're not even showing you getting wet. I have a feeling this is a lie. I have a feeling that's a lie. And that's a lie. And that's a lie. You can't tell me this whole island will get nothing. And everything's just going around it unless they're blasting with EMF themselves. I think you're being lied to. And these people in this island, if you ain't gotten out by now, I think you may have a few. Because you see how that gap, but you fucked. But I gave y'all plenty of warning on that. Harvey Bay-wise and all this up here is very important that we keep an eye on this moisture band here, right? It has moved south. One swing of EMF, and that moisture is all the way down to here. I've got to say this. I don't agree with this forecast. The pressures clearly indicate this can happen. Clearly indicate this is a possibility. It's right along these lines, folks. As a matter of fact, it should come down that low. Absolutely should. So, with that said, let's be vigilant with these numbers here. I think they're lying to you again. You are in for a very soggy 10 days and a very soggy autumn, if it's autumn for you down there. Look at the heavy rains to your center. It just happened to go along with this big massive chem here. Chemtrails can make it rain, folks. Chemtrails can control your weather and they can make you sick. If this country don't dry out and get some sunshine soon, the moles are going to absolutely rip people's lungs to shreds. I've got to say that. Now, here's the sickness mist going over the top of you, and this is why I now issue this toxic air warning. There's the plumes being deployed, and they're going over the top of you here. See them? See if we take some of the cities off. You know where you are now? Look at this shit. This is sickness mix. These are chemtrails, and this is rain. Very, very wrong. I'm going to zip over to see if the feed's working. Good. Well, it ain't so good when this is what I'm looking at, but we have to document this crime against all mankind. This is worse than any gas chamber ever deployed in any concentration camp ever heard about in mankind. This is becoming a prison planet. This is becoming a gas chamber coming to you. And look what they're doing to you, Australia, while there's voting time. They are allowing this to happen. Meanwhile, they're fucking passing a bill that's going to let some corporation called the WHO make all your health decisions for you legally, whether you like it or not. How you like them apples? Well, you better get ready to realize one major fact is your government don't give a monkey's toss about anything about you other than you paying for the stuff that they want. Okay? Figure that out. So you better fight hard for what you want. Do you want this? Do you want all this crap over the top of you? I don't. I don't want to visit a country that looks like this. And well, in all fairness, there's not a country in the world they ain't doing this to. Right? Right over the ocean here. Boom, 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 booms. But watch this shit going on. You'll see them going off. Boom. You yourself will have to use this site. It's satview.bom.gov. I'm surprised they're even letting us see any of this. Why? Because it's a crime in progress, and when people are committing crimes, they do not want you to see them. They wear masks. They cover cameras. They lie like rugs, and here's sickness mix descending over Australia. And this is not good at all. My fucking God, this is disgusting. This is just like in 2016. This is unacceptable. These are chem bombs. Chem bombs suck. My forecast from yesterday is still accurate. Oh, I will issue a new one tomorrow, maybe. Big love, peace.